All right, hey everybody. Just to do a quick update for the thing yesterday and everything like that. I went through and got everything working and uh, talked to some people about the last video, talking about the whole like utility manager system and everything like that. And everything should be fine at this point in time. It might have sounded like I was pretty frustrated. I was a little bit frustrated because it was like trying to convey something, but it's not like making a whole lot of sense. I'm not really worried about that at this point in time, though. I really don't think that there needs to be very much more said about it, because I'm kind of satisfied with the end result of just I just gotta do it myself. You know what I mean? Like that's totally fine. Uh, Personally, I just for the record, I personally feel like a script that manages all of the things that are added, like add-ons for the player, um, is a really good idea. Probably should be a base implementation for Basis itself, and not something that I do. But I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Considering all of the little inner workings and bits and pieces and nuts and bolts that are involved with like do certain objects get copied to remote players? Do certain objects get copied to the local player? Do we like make multiple copies? You know, so like all the different stuff. There's just a various amount, and I feel like having just like one script and then a base class. So I set up the player add-on base class. Literally just now, like we're just getting started with that, and I have everything within a pretty good level at the moment. Hold on a minute. Uh, there's not much. I guess not really a whole lot more to say other than that. And that yeah, if it sounds like I'm frustrated in the video and everything like that, I'm fine now. Everything should be good. Um, I should be able to get the server up and running for running an event on the 31st, and I might just kind of chill out a little and not worry so much about basis itself, and just kind of work with what I get, what I got. Kind of play around with my own options, and just if I feel like something's super important, I'll just implement my own version of it. I Yeah, it is what it is. Like you can't expect everybody to understand it or prioritize something the same as I would. I think that it's basis network player. I think we're good. Basis network player, basis remote player, basis local player. So I got everything going, and we're in a pretty good spot with this. Um, so there's going to be a player add-on manager, right? And then the player add-on manager, all of these here. So notification system, emojis, right? Text bubble system. Some of these will have interdependencies with each other, which might be an interesting way to do it, where maybe certain interdependencies can go through the player utility manager and like automatically talk to like send informations because like if I make a radial menu system, the radial menu system will have interdependencies with other things on the list of player add-ons, right? So like if I have a UI element that spawns in front of you, like the VR chat menu, there will be a lot of interdependencies with all of the other add-ons. So like there's stuff like that too. Like I feel like just having like a system that's just manages all of the nitty gritty nuts and bolts and side stuff that is really managerial. Like when somebody leaves the lobby, their personal camera is properly deleted, stuff like that. Um, and it'll be a little bit of effort and everything like that. Now, I've actually thought about maybe just like hanging back and not running an event on the 31st. And I think that like not running an event on the 31st is totally fine. But the thing is though is that I feel like people are kind of wanting something, right? And I'm thinking to myself like, yeah, let's just do a thing like 9 p.m. Central Standard on Friday. We'll get a couple DJ, maybe like one DJ. Maybe we'll just like hang out and or whatever, right? Like it shouldn't be too bad to do that and just kind of like have a little bit of fun with it. But like um it's like all the way in the 31st and maybe, we just show up, hang out for like an hour. Like that's really where it's at. I'm not trying to make these darknet things like the biggest thing. I really went hard on the first event, and we had a fucking lineup, and we had all this stuff and everything like that. And like, if we had just run one event before that night, uh, that was a smaller scale, I would have like ironed out a lot of like really big issues. But I think we're good. Like, I think we could just chill, and I'm gonna just cook with my own stuff and stop updating to the latest version of what Basis is doing. In yeah, just stop working with like stop like rolling over to the latest thing of whatever Basis releases, and kind of just set up my own ecosystem and kind of do that whole thing, right? Because like I like the nameplates and stuff like that. When the player spawns in, there's like a nameplate above the head and all those things. I may actually make it so that those things just are hidden or just disabled by default, and then I make the nameplate go through the player utility manager. I'm going to call it the player add-on manager. Let's go ahead. Let's get the nomenclature going in here, right? So we got player add-on manager, right? And then these are systems, so I could probably rename these to add-ons, right? So emoji add-on. See how it kind of just becomes more uniform the moment that I'm starting to like kind of get into that, right? And then I could be like, all right, so here's all the add-ons that I currently have right now, and this is the order in which that it iterates through them whenever somebody leaves or joins the lobby, the local player joins. Some of these will activate uh, based on like, is local player only, stuff like that, right? Like what parts of the body to attach. Um, Yeah, I'm probably signing myself up for a pretty complicated thing. This is pretty complicated. If it was built properly so that it was part of like the inner workings of Basis, then it wouldn't be like this system that's sort of like coupled on top of everything and watching for like when the local player spawns in or whatever, right? Um, shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, there's not really a whole lot for me to say and everything like that. I can go ahead. I can end the video here, and yeah, don't worry about the tone of the last video because I was just getting frustrated with it because it was like it's not easy to convey exactly what it is that I'm talking about. But once you start kind of seeing what I'm doing, that'll convey it better. uh, and hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this isn't the way to do it. Maybe this is completely something else. Like maybe this is a dead end, and I'm gonna learn the hard way. That if I want to do things this way, then that'll be that, right? So yeah, I don't know. So I'd go ahead and just like chill, and I guess next weekend we'll get to see the next basis test or whatever. And for me personally, like once you're over 120 players in the lobby, that's very satisfactory. Like you're good to go. Like having 200 players in the lobby sounds great, and I understand that that could be like a huge amount of optimization, and but like there's a certain point where it starts getting kind of silly, and 200 players is pretty silly. I don't personally would I don't think I would like I'm not gonna update to the latest version of Basis every single time if all is happening is that they're adding another 100 players onto this server. We don't even have enough people to play the game at that point. We've already exceeded the number of people who are interested in the project to a point where they're going to show up to these events. Um, I'd love to have the problem where there's like 120. There's 120 is just not enough. You need to make these servers bigger. Like, I, sure. I just I don't personally I don't personally see a huge need for all that. And yeah, to me, one of the things that's going to be really nice is when I click the menu button, it actually brings up like a small menu that's attached to my hand, and that's what all this is going to do. Like, get those menus in there that are the VR chat style menu type thing, where you can have like, you press the button once or you hold it down and the radio menu pops up. Stuff like that would be like really cool to see, but it requires attaching things to the player in a logical way and managing those things. Having a personal camera and a text bubble, fantastic things, but they have to be you have to spawn a new text bubble every single time somebody joins the lobby, right? You have to for the personal camera, every time somebody joins the lobby, the a personal camera needs to be spawned and attached to that player that is networked so that we can see whatever it is that they're doing exactly. I guess I guess one of the main things though right now is that Dooley is working on the pickup system. If the pickup system is really good, then I'll roll over into the newest version of that. And then now if I can just get like a dirt simple like method in which case we can um I don't know, like just make login credentials. Uh, maybe it's not that hard to like have login credential system that just even email does it like emails or whatever. Like maybe it's not that hard to even set up like a web server, and then we're good. Like we're, if I have personal mirrors and a personal camera and all this neat stuff, and I got a video player and yeah, like my bar for success is sitting here. It's not that crazy. We're not like we're not having to do a whole lot extra. Anyway, all right, go ahead. I'll end this here. Sorry about the tone of the last video. Everything's fine. Uh, Here we are. Like I guess it's just the trials and tribulations of getting shit working. Uh, it is what it is.